Hello everyone and welcome back to your piano lesson. If you are here for the first time, I am Gianluca Fronda, your virtual piano teacher. If you want to discover interesting facts about me, you can watch the introduction video of this channel. I'm leaving the link in the description of this video, where you will find also the link for my artistic channel, Gianluca Fronda, pianist and composer, if you're interested in original music and covers. Talking about this channel, don't forget to subscribe and let me know about yourself by commenting. Tell me when you have started, if you're finding my channel interesting and you're improving your skills also thanks to my videos. And don't forget also to share with your friends if there is anybody interested in piano music, anybody that you know. So now time to go to our lesson. Today it's time for me to talk about the chord building. We are on page 28, and the inversions on page 29 of the John Thompson's Easiest Piano Course Part 3. Today I'm not going to play any song for you, because I want to really spend lots of time talking about the chords and the inversions. Now, let's read 1 second together. So, chord building, major triads. A triad is a chord of 3 notes. Let's focus 1 second. What does it mean is a chord of 3 notes? A chord is a combination of notes. Are notes that you have to play together at the same identical time. And exactly 3 notes. But let's try to understand now which ones. If you take the first, third and fifth notes of the major scale, skipping those in between, you will get the chord. Now we have to definitely remember what does it mean, C major scale. And you have to go back to that video, or to that chapter, I could say, where I have explained the major scales. I have been talking about the scales. I kept the chords indeed, because I wanted to wait for this moment. The scale, the C major scale, is exactly this one, for example. If I have to play according to the way Thompson has printed it here, I have to play twice the top C. This is simply C major 1 octave. Now some tip related to the way you have to play the scale. You have to pass the thumb after the third finger. You have to start thinking that to play the scales you have to consider your hand made of blocks of 3 fingers and blocks of 4 fingers. Until the 1 octave scales is not that much needed, but then as soon as you start extending, you will understand that you have to consider finally your hand not anymore simply made of 5 fingers, but made of blocks of 3 and blocks of 4. And let's repeat the C major scale. You pass the thumb straight after the third finger on the E. You see, thumb passage. And now crossing over the thumb. After you play the F with the thumb, cross over. Now let's focus on the first 5 notes. You have to play, we said, the first, the third and the fifth. Now I won't apply the thumb passage because it's not needed. First, skip the second. Third, skip the fourth. Fifth, here we are. This is the magic C major chord. Let's go back now to the page that I need for today. Here we are. You play the first, the third, that is the second one, the middle note here, yeah, the one on the first line, the E, and then the fifth, the G, on the second line. C, E and G together, they are again exactly like this. So now reading again the whole sentence, if you take first, third and fifth notes of the major scale, skipping those in between, and sound them together like this, you will have formed the C major triad, of which C is the root, E is the third or middle note, and the G is the fifth. We are referring to the degree of the note in the scale. First degree, third degree, fifth degree. Now, Thompson is asking you to play these triads as well. The triad in the F major key signature and the triad in the G major key signature. Why the triad in F is F, A and C? Let's go 1 second now to the F major scale. It's exactly this one. Which ones are the notes of the F major scale? Remembering that you have the B flat in the key signature and also learning from now that when you play F major is not valid the fingering pattern that you've used in the C major scale, because you have to invert the patterns. First of all, block of 4 fingers, then block of 3, and then you will land with a 4th that you will discover studying that the 4th is a temporary finger at the end, because the official one will be the thumb. Let's try to see. Maybe I move 1 octave lower to make it easy for the camera. So block of 4, thumb passage. Here we are, block of 3, and then you end with the 4th. If you want to carry on, you will have to do. So again, thumb passage, F, repeat, cross over the thumb with the 4th. But let's again focus on the first, 3rd and 5th note. So I will simply play the first 5 notes, and we have to capture the 1st, the 3rd and the 5th. First, skip 2nd, hold 3rd, skip 4th, hold 5th. This is the magic F major chord. Here we are, let's check 1 second. Is exactly what Thompson told you to do. Again, F, A, and C. I am playing 1 octave lower, doesn't matter, you can even play here or 1 octave higher. I'm simply doing to help the camera capture the fingers. And now the same story in the G major key signature. We have the F sharp, we have to get the 1st, the 3rd and the 5th note again, and let's check the G major scale. G major scale is the 2nd scale using the same identical fingering, same as C major, that I like to call standard fingering. Can be called also C major fingering. Is the one using 1, 2, 3. You see 1, 2, 3. I'm referring to the right, yeah? And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look 1 second at the G major. Again 1 octave lower, not playing according to the position of the notes on the stave. So it is thumb passage, 4th, end of the 2nd block, the block of 4, 5th, 5th again, block of 4, and block of 3. Applying the thumb passages and the crossing over the thumb. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, a crossover. Now cross over. Crossing over the thumb. Again, simply the first 5 notes, not applying the thumb passage. G with the thumb, skip the 2nd, 3rd, hold it down, skip the 4th, D, 5th. Here we are. This is the G major chord, and this is exactly what Thompson told you to do in page 28. Here we are, 1st, 3rd and 5th. Fantastic! You can do the same with the left hand. Same principle. Go to the left. So I'm doing the G major. Same notes. Indeed 5, 3, 1. I can do the same with the F major. Keyboard. Voila. And I can do the same with the C major, where here we have the notes, but obviously you can easily understand that I can play them with 1, 3, 5, or maybe here better. And voila. Fantastic. After this explanation that I hope is clear, the first time you play the F major broken, yeah, the F major broken chord, and then you play the stationary chord, you do the same with the G, broken and then stationary, yeah? Now we can have fun with this interesting exercise. Broken Triads is called. When triads appear in broken form, they are known as broken chords or arpeggios. Now, let's play 1 second this one. There is lots of crossing over, crossing hands, that is quite fascinating. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. Now, look, this is a very interesting part. This very small sentence at the end, don't forget about it. Thompson is asking you to play F major and G major arpeggios in the form shown above. This one, that is in C major, should be played also in F major, following these notes and applying the same principle. Once with the left, once with the right, once more with the left hand on top crossing, one note on top that is the tonic, that is the root of the arpeggio, then again left, then right, and then left again to end, but doing it in F, and then another time in G. Same principle, same identical principle, using the notes of F and the notes of G. I'm not going to play because I would really appreciate if you can do it by yourself. Then let me know by commenting if you have understood and if you have really played it correctly. You might even, if you want, start sharing your practice by sending a video through the email that is in the About page. You can definitely go start doing it, yeah? And then I will be happy to give you my feedback. Now it's time to move to page 29 and talk about the inversions. What are the inversions? Sometimes the notes of a triad are scrambled like the words in a puzzle, in which case they are said to be inverted. The three positions of the C major triad. Now, we have discovered in page 28, the root position of C major. Indeed, this is the root position. Played, broken, and then played with a stationary chord. The chord where you play the notes at once, yeah? Broken chord and real and proper chord or stationary chord. Let's go to the keyboard. I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And this is the root position chord, because the root is here the root, yeah? Now, what does it mean, first inversion? Pay attention to this point. Look, imagine that these are three bricks. C, root note, E, middle note, G, top note. Now I'm taking this one and pushing it up. Et voila, it's going up. Indeed, imagine that doesn't exist anymore, the C. The E is the lowest. Indeed, the G is the second, and this one has been moved up. Here we are. You can even see here. The E that was the second now is the first. The G that was the third now is the second. And the C has been moved up. But why does it go here? Because here we have the C. And you know, after this C going up, you have C, D, E, F, G, A in the second space, B in the third, on the third line, and C in the third space. And how do you play it? Let's look at the keyboard. Maybe again I move down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Remember, I'm playing one octave lower, yeah? Here we are, this is the position. And now we can do the same with the second inversion. I'm taking the E and pushing it up, moving it up. The G becomes the first, the C the second, and the E that was here now is up. Indeed it is. We can even check here in the on the stave. G, it was the second here, now is the first. C was the third, now is the second. And the E is now the last. And why? Because indeed after the C we have D on the fourth line and E in the fourth space. Here we are. And how is it the position? Playing again one octave lower. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. Here we are. This is the meaning of root position, first inversion and second inversion. Now Thompson is asking you to write and then play the three positions of the F major and G major triads, using the same chord patterns showing in the example above. Exactly this one. Here the root position of F major, in the same way, broken and then stationary. First inversion, inverting the first note, the root note, and then second inversion. And you have to do then the same in G. I had the one in F written down. I decided to erase it because I want you to guess by yourself. Then obviously, exactly like I've told you regarding the Broken Triads exercise, that you might send me a video, you can do the same with this exercise, showing me, even with a simple photo, how you wrote it. Okay? Now, I think that for today it's enough. It's pretty much, is a very important chapter, or two very important chapters of this book, this page 28 and page 29, Chord Building and Inversions. I really hope you've understood everything. Study well this, because this is a very important moment. Then we will develop even more in the near future. And you will understand how magic are these three chords. So anyways, if you have any extra question, feel free to contact me by commenting. As I have told you, you can finally start sending me things, feel free. This is something that can be developed in the near future. I will definitely come with some news regarding the opportunity of contacting me via email. You can even start planning some lesson with me if you want, some private lesson. But I will be talking about these things in the near future. And if it's the first time that you're landing on my channel, thanks to this video, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.